Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nerds the Apocalypse.
Oh my god. My heart stopped a little bit. There's so many pauses I just don't know what to do.
And of course, Stevie B, and alongside me, as mostly always.
Mostly always? Yeah, I guess. Okay, we'll go with that.
Is...
Preach.
Okay.
What's up?
Two things about today's show. One, it's just me and Preach, because apparently everyone else...
It's me and the big guy, the way it was always supposed to be.
Oh my god. Anyway. Apparently everyone else had better things to do this weekend.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, and just hang out with us.
And my...
Who are married with kids and...
I know, we're married with children, and we're the ones that can... I don't know. Anyway. But... Beginning of the year, I wanted to stay constant, and we haven't stayed constant because of all the stuff going on. So I was like, F it, let's just do it at 10 o'clock at night, and here we are.
No. Oh, actually, because we're springing forward tonight, so just go ahead and say it's 11.
And
whatever.
If you're listening to this, it sounds a little bit different because I stole Trex's boom mic. It just picks up two people better. I didn't want the whole soundboard thing for just me and Preach. I thought that the boom mic would be better, so I'm sorry. It's not quite the sound quality that you're used to if you're listening. So we apologize. But it's a little bit more intimate because it's just me and Preach. No, it's a little bit more bromancy, if you will.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Making Showtime jealous. I have to split my time. It's vicious. All right, actually, I've been working like crazy, so I made Preach do the show notes.
Which Preach never does.
His first time I was ever in the show notes. I was like, hey man, I called him up and said, hey man, I'm gonna have to ask you to do something that you've never ever done before. I need you to do the show notes because I'm at work and I'm gonna be at work. I'm literally gonna get off.
First, you say get off.
I'm literally gonna get off, take a shower, and then sit down with you and record. So I need you to put something in front of me. And really, in the past couple of weeks, there hasn't been much.
No.
We're trying to have a
lot of Captain America stuff.
Everybody's like, watch Cap, because it comes out in
a few weeks. Yeah, April 4th.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess we'll get the new stuff rolling. I'll let you go ahead and take it over since you did the.
Oh, because I did the show notes. You see what I put first, right?
You the man. That's
I could not put it first.
That's because you do the notes.
The amazing announcement this week for Batman Arkham Knight by Rocksteady. I love it. Batman Arkham Origins I really haven't played it just because it wasn't by Rocksteady, and Rocksteady has done such a good job that it was hard for me to not. I was kind of a fanboy, I guess, so to speak. And plus, I heard some pretty mixed and bad reviews about it.
Well, it was glitchy.
Off. Yeah, I heard a lot of stuff I heard about it was rough, but
it wasn't that bad, and a lot of people couldn't get past the fact that it was like more advanced tech than what you use in Arkham City.
But it's a prequel game, so how does that work?
I don't know.
So,
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I have to be honest with you. I feel like this is the last Arkham game they can do. Like Arkham Asylum was great, and then we turned a piece of the city into a prison, and it's like, okay, sweet. So it's perfect. And now we did an Origin game. It's like, well, now it takes place in the city, but it's during a blizzard, so no one's out. So there's going to be not very many civilians on the street. And now we're doing another one where Scarecrow gasses the city, and everyone has to leave the city. So I feel like this is it. Like this, like you are, Rocksteady's teeter-tottering on the edge. Like. We can once we do the whole city. There's not much else you can do.
Well, the only place they can go from here is teaser. You remember the Joker when he won Villain of the Year, or no, he won Video Game Character of the Year that time, didn't he? When he said teaser Arkham World.
Yeah,
you're going to have to bring, if you want to keep this franchise alive, Rocksteady, and have to bring other heroes in. And I hate to say it, but if you start bringing this guy in, you got a whole vast area of new villains and new routes you can go, and then bring the Flash, bring the you know what? Screw it, just call it the Justice League.
not Man of Steel 2, Many Heroes.
Yeah, no doubt, because that's what that movie's turning out to be.
Man of Steel 2, where the heroes meet and prepare for the Justice League movie.
But no, I'm still excited. They've already announced that the Batmobile is drivable, and it's obviously. I mean, it's only a year after City, but he's got a whole new Batmobile. It's freaking crazy looking. It looks like it does a bunch of different shit.
Did you ever use the Batmobile in City?
I don't think. I'm trying to remember. I haven't played City in a while, but I remember it was there in Arkham Asylum.
Oh, he did use the Batmobile at the very end of
That's right.
City.
He did. That's right.
But you didn't use it.
But he used the Batwing. Wasn't the Batwing the one that dropped off his suit in City? I think that's what he called in. And remember, he dropped the suit on the roof.
Yeah, I think so.
The Batwing. But anyway, Batmobile drivable, because they said the city or the map for this game is Arkham City, the size of Arkham City, Arkham Asylum combined, and then some. So everybody remembers how big Arkham Asylum was. Which once you got into the buildings, it just got bigger. The game got vastly bigger. But it was pretty much the same with Arkham City. Once you got into the underground and in the buildings, it just grew. So they're talking about that. This game being both of those combined and then some. Like I don't even know what to say. Like, and I love the fact. I really absolutely love the fact, and I'm sorry for everybody else, that it is exclusively for the PC, PS4, and the Xbox One, which means they put all their focus in the next-gen tech. There is no ported game. You agree? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. Well, don't bang on it.
I did it on accident.
Yes. Because I think... I'm sorry, I just put my thoughts together.
No, that's fine.
I think... essentially all games, not all games going forward, I guess, but big blockbuster games should be Xbox, like next gen. It's not next gen anymore. It's current gen.
Yep.
But it's tough because there's a lot more people that own 360s and PS3s and PS4s and Xbox Ones. So it's like, what do you do? You know? But I do like the fact, because it's coming out at the end of the year. I just hope more games follow suit.
Yeah, they didn't say an announcement, but if I had to guess, every Batman game so far has come out in October.
September or October?
October.
Oh, end
of October.
Yeah.
So
right alongside the Assassin's Creed titles.
Right alongside Assassin's Creed, right before Call of Duty. So f*** all y'all, because y'all do that to me every year. And I'm sorry, I have to get. This is not a game that I cannot get the collector's edition of, because you know it's going to be. I mean, when you got Arkham City and you got this bad boy, like, you got to follow this up with something awesome.
You know what it's going to be, right?
What? The Batmobile?
Think about it. Yeah, it's going to be the Batmobile in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's definitely going to be the Batmobile.
And
I'll put money on it, Batmobile.
Ooh. It better not be remote control. That would be retarded.
No, I think it's going to be like
a statue.
Like a, I don't know, yeah,
statue-esque.
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be cool. I like it. If it was on a pedestal or something. Or you can, like, open the doors and whatever. I mean, it just better not be a stupid remote control car. Don't do that.
And then the villain apparently is, in fact, the Arkham Knight. Like, it's a play on words. It's like Arkham Knight. Batman Arkham Knight, because it's nighttime, but there's also the Arkham Knight. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to probably be a big mystery who's behind the Wayne. I think it's too obvious if it's like Thomas Wayne Jr. or something like that. I think that's too cliche. Yeah. They did it with the Court of Owls thing. But, I mean, it's sort of like on the way there. I don't know.
The fact that they said it was a completely new villain.
Yeah.
I like that. It brings especially for the video game universe that they're doing here with the Arkham universe. It's obviously its own continuity. It's got nothing to do with anything going on. It's its own comic book too, so I like it. It works for the.
It's actually been dubbed the Arkhamverse. Like, that's like a thing now.
And I like it. I mean, it's cool. I'm cool with it. I got no problems. So, I know it was a cinematic trailer, so I know the game isn't going to quite look like that.
Well, I mean, the game is going to look just like the other Batmans did, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
the thing that threw me, and I said something to Stevie B, was like Harley Quinn looked completely different than the Harley Quinn that you saw in the city. And even Batman looked... I mean, I understand his tech is up, his armor's new and whatever, but I'm talking about with his mask off. Like, he did not look like the same Bruce Wayne. Like, it just looked really different. But
the whole Thomas Wayne voiceover thing was really cool.
yeah. But see, that's what makes you believe it could be a Thomas Wayne Jr. thing, don't you?
Well, I think it was the comic run, the Batman Earth one, and Superman Earth one, Batman Earth one.
Yeah.
I think it was in that. I could be wrong, but I've definitely read in some Batman continuity that Martha Wayne is originally Martha Arkham or something like that.
What?
Or something, man. It's
Okay.
some maybe it wasn't Arkham. It was some prison. I don't know. So anyway, what I'm getting at is like it could be like his niece or cousin or I don't know something
okay.
somehow related. I don't know. So
It's too early to speculate.
I feel like it's going to be some kind of twist though. It's going to be like what a twist.
The only thing that we ask is please don't twist it and make it the Joker again. Please don't do that. We get it. Joker's the baddest man on the planet when it comes to villains for Batman. But, I mean, that's what sucked about City. Like, City was such an awesome game, and I thought the whole Ra's al Ghul and Doctor Strange and the way they were
Doctor
working.
Strange.
I said Doctor Strange.
Oh, it is. I guess.
No, is it? No, not Doctor Strange.
Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange.
But I guess it is.
Yeah. Dr.
Strange.
Hugo Strange is what it is. Anyway. Wow.
I never even thought about that.
But I love that, like the way they had them working together and then they turn on each other. But then it comes to find out that the whole thing was manipulated by the Joker and Clayface, and I was just like, what? Really? I mean, it was still good, but it's just like we did that. Like you did the Joker already. Do we really need to do that again? So it just kind of drove me crazy. So.
There you go, Batman Arkham City coming out. Sweet.
Well, look, dude, we ain't got a lot to talk about. Might as well elaborate.
You should.
Okay.
Alright, so the Transformers 4 released a long trailer that wasn't the Master Chief
wasn't that
Super Bowl,
the Halo verse one?
the Super Bowl spot. It looked a little better. I mean, I don't know, it kills me because I said this on the last show. Like, no matter how much trash we talk about it, I'm still going to go see it.
Absolutely.
So they're still getting their money, so they're still going to make more. So I shouldn't even talk trash because I'm going to go see it. I'm going to pay to see it. So why?
I'm not talking trash. I just don't understand why they felt the need to completely redesign the way they looked when they're in their robot form. Like, I don't understand it. Why?
I'm going to say this. I bet at the end of it, Optimus isn't going to be a truck.
I don't think it will be either.
I think they're gonna mosey their way into like Beast Wars or something.
Yeah.
Or like at the end of it, he's gonna be like a gorilla.
The real question is do you think this is the last one?
No, it's the start of a new trilogy. You didn't know that?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, start of another 3.
Really haven't done a whole lot of reading on that.
Starring Marky Mark. Back when Mark Wahlberg was Marky Mark.
This is how we used to get the party stuff.
It was more actor oriented than the last trailer, so. The stuff from Mark Wahlberg was really good. And clearly... Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to yawn. I've worked crazy hours this week. Sorry. but clearly Mark Wahlberg knows what a Transformer is. And he's like, holy crap, I found a Transformer. And he like starts to give it like CPR in his Optimus. So, I don't know, man. It's interesting to where the story's going to go. Because it's like 10 years after. And I feel like from the look of the trailer that like people from Earth have figured out how to make their own Transformers. So
either they make their own Transformers or they've learned how to make weapons
to fight Transformers?
That stop the Transformers. That's what I'm thinking. And because it looked like they were hunting them at one point. So, I don't know.
Or like Transformer drones.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then, of course, you get your Dinobots at the end. The big thing everybody's freaking out about. Like, the Dinobots are cool, but it's like, how good are the Dinobots if the story's crap?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. Like the...
Maybe they don't have so many... Maybe it won't have so many loopholes in it like the other one.
That was the problem with last one. It's like, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
None of this ties to the other two movies at all.
That part doesn't make sense. And you just kept saying that over and over again. Eventually it just gets to you, and you're like, okay, this movie is crap.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
And we saw it twice And the second time we saw it in IMAX
We
3D.
did.
So
I got a better outlook on it after this trailer.
yeah, I did too. I told you my biggest gripe is I don't understand what was wrong with the way they looked.
I like Mark Wahlberg. Well, you get Showtime
Well-
on here, and he hates the way the Transformers look to begin with, because he hated Optimus with a nose and a mouth.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that, but what do you just want the grill?
Yeah, that's exactly what he wanted.
That's what he wanted.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm fine with the mouth. It gives them life. It makes them feel more personable, so to speak. And that's what you're trying to do with the movie. But I think Mark Wahlberg added to the cast over a teenage Shia LaBeouf. It should be better. I think it could be better.
No, Shia LaBeouf didn't act no more, remember?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
when he made for the first one, he was a teenager. I mean, come on. So anyway,
So the trailer for Sin City: A Dame to Kill For. Have you've seen the first Sin City, right?
oh yeah. It's
Have
been
you-
a long time, but
Have
yeah.
you read Sin City?
The graphic novel, I have
Yes. I haven't either. I need to watch it. Or read
not.
it.
Read it. Wow. Yeah.
I know. I'm totally out of it. The first Sin City movie was really good.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Go ahead, let it out. Let it out. Bro.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's all right, people. I mean,
It's-
if you're listening on iTunes, he's yawning. Sorry,
Sorry. And
he's tired.
I'm really tired. But we'll call this one the tired. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. The exhausted, tired from my job episode.
But I think this one's like a backstory. So it goes back. If that's what backstories do, they go back. It's like a prequel.
I know what you meant. I'm just like, I didn't know that. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, hey, by the way, it's not February anymore.
Thank you.
You called me out of my house. I'll get you
I
too.
did. It's a prequel story. So like, not Marv. I can't remember his name, but there was a character in the show in the last movie who was like, I just got my face changed. He's like, I just had to got plastic surgery. So it's him.
Yeah.
It's him before the plastic. So I think that's Matt Brolin's character. I think Josh Brolin, Matt Brolin.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Josh Brolin.
Yeah, Josh Brolin's character. I mean, I'm excited to see Marv back. Like that was a great character. So
Absolutely.
we'll see where that goes. You know for a fact he's not going to die, right? Because he died in the first one. Spoilers if you haven't seen the first Sin City.
You haven't seen the first Sin City? Wow. I'm just saying, it's been out for what, 10 years or more now? Easy.
And
So.
nothing wrong with Jessica Alba stripping. She was stripping.
What? I know.
So
I know.
stripper
Anyway.
Jessica Alba.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
So
And something else.
So if you go see it for stripper Jessica
Jessica
Alba.
Alba.
There you
No,
go.
I mean, and that's what I told him earlier. I said I think the best part to me about the movie was just the cast that they got going on. That's what makes me want to go see it. Not just that it's Frank Miller's graphic novel or a prequel to Sin City. Just, I mean, it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Josh Brolin, and then Mickey Rourke that plays Marv.
Yep.
Mickey Rourke, Jessica Alba. And
Bruce
there's-
Willis, I think, is back in it.
Is he? I didn't notice.
I
But,
think he was in the trailer for like a second, so I don't know how much he's going to be in it.
but I mean, you just think about this giant cast, and there's the same thing with the first Sin City. There was a lot of people in that movie, and a lot of people didn't realize the people that were in that movie because they were made up so heavily. And I love the way he films them in the black and white, and then certain things are in color and they pop, and that whole thing, I love it. It's the same thing, kind of deal with the 300. I love the way that's filmed, green screen and everything stands out and looks cartoonish almost, but not. So.
They're releasing it in 3D, and I think that would be an interesting 3D watch.
Are they? I didn't.
Mhm.
They are. Oh, okay. Not every movie needs to be 3D.
I know,
I'm just
but
saying.
this would be an interesting 3D, right?
Yeah, I think so, but it's
I
just
think
like
it would be good.
okay.
No. Okay,
No
so
arguments.
I've been, of the small free time I have, I've been binge watching Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It just got released on Netflix. Every episode, the movie. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Every episode, the movie, and then there's also the Lost episodes, which is, I think it's like 13 episodes, 4 story arcs of stuff that when Disney took over, they canceled the Clone Wars, but they already had stuff done, really, really good stuff. And so they finished some stuff. And man, it's good. I think it's 5 arcs. It's 4 or 5 arcs. but I've watched the first 2 arcs, and it's really good stuff. So there's the order, and then there's a chronological order. I recommend. Oh, is it going to happen again? It's going to happen again. It's happening again. Skip, let it pass. Okay, it's passed.
You're going to bed when we're done with this.
Dude.
Just go to bed. No video games. I'm turning the computer off. I'll take the power cord to the Xbox. You're going to bed.
I need to do something.
Jesus.
Anyway, so you can find it online. There's actually a listing. For some reason, the first 2 or 3 seasons are all jumbled timeline-wise. So you can actually go look it up chronologically. There's actually 2 episodes in Season 2 that take place before the Clone Wars movie that came out.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it doesn't make right?
I need this, email me this list so that I can start watching this stuff.
So, the first episode, I think, was, Season 2, Episode 16 or something like that. And then Season 2, Episode... I don't remember. But
why did they do that?
I don't know. I think...
see if somebody was paying attention to can make it. God dang it, dude.
See? And you do it, and then...
I've been yawning this whole time until...
No, I'm doing it. It's... You're out of control.
Anyway,
so,
I'm out of control.
I found out that it was never intentionally meant to go on screen, on big screen, but...
What, the movie?
Yeah, Warner Brothers was like, hey man, there's an arc right here. We can stretch this out, and we can put it in the theater. So I think that's what they did. They did that, put it in the theater, and then they started the series after. I actually read about that today.
Yeah, okay.
And
during your incredibly busy day at work.
Yeah. Well, I take it back. I was listening to a podcast where they talked about it, where a couple of the voice actors talked about it. I think it's Ashley Eckstein, the young lady does the voice for Ahsoka. She talked about it how it wasn't even Lucasfilm's choice. It was Warner Brothers' choice. They were like, let's put it out that way. So, but see, stop it! What are you doing?
I'm mad at you.
My bad.
So mad at you right now.
So, anyways, it's a chronological list, and it's really cool to watch it in that order. That's how I'm watching it now. After I'm finished the Lost episodes and go back, I've actually watched those 2 episodes back to back before the movie, and then watched half the movie, and it's incredible because there's something when the Clone Wars movie starts. Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting on a planet, and there's a whole episode about when they first get there. And some crazy stuff happens while they're there. And then when you get to the what happens at the end of that episode is prep for what you see the craziness when you first see them in the movie. Okay. So I thought that was really cool. Anyway, so watch the Clone Wars. You have no excuse now. If you've been well, I can't Saturday morning, I got nothing. Everybody binge watches stuff on Netflix. Go look up the chronological order on Netflix. Go look at the chronological order online and go watch them all on Netflix. You have no excuse now.
And this is just a reminder, because we really talked about this last episode. So this is our reminder that it's now out on Netflix. So go watch it.
Stop being stupid.
Yeah. We're being big old dumb. Larry Maynard, 311.
Woohoo! Alright, we love you. Watch Dogs release date got announced along with a story trailer. Did you watch the story trailer?
I have not watched the story trailer. I did see it today, and I was I didn't have time. I was a little busy taking show notes.
Watch Dogs May 27th. The story trailer is pretty much it's very generic. I don't want to say generic, but it's definitely a story that's been told before. It's this corporation, they're responsible for the death of my wife and kid, and
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I'm fighting them.
So this is why he's
and they're
going to get them.
Yeah, and they're sex trafficking. They capturing little girls.
I caught that in the
So, and then the trailer
trailer
didn't look very next gen.
Which is crazy because the very first gameplay footage we saw of this game, 2 E3s ago?
Yeah.
You knew that was not current gen.
I almost feel like we were looking at 360 and PS3.
Maybe they are doing that. Maybe they're not showing you what the next gen stuff is going to look like. It's on everything.
I feel like that's what the trailer was made of. Cutscenes from the 360 version.
I have to go back and watch it, but maybe that's what they did. I hate you.
Will you stop it? Because now I'm doing it.
This is the Yawn episode.
Definitely. Oh, gosh.
God, I love how we come up with the names of our shows in the show. It's
that's
awesome.
how it works. You know, we can talk about, which you didn't talk about last episode.
What's that?
We played the Titanfall beta.
Yeah, we did. I only got to play a few matches, but
yeah, me too.
Well, I think Stephen Head. Not Stephen Head. Showtime.
He played it.
Oh wow! Like
crazy.
He was level 14 when the beta ended. Like, how in the hell did you do that?
I talk trash to him because I'm just like, man, are you gonna play the beta just to restart the beta, like just to start over? He was like, man, I like to have fun. I'm just playing a game. Just playing a game.
And that's fun, but
I like to play the beta. Beta's almost like a demo for me. Like to play the beta. There's no crazy bugs in it. It was fun, but then I don't want to play anymore because like I don't get very much playing time as it is, and I don't want to play something that's just going to be reset on me in a few weeks. The game comes out
next Tuesday.
Yeah, this Tuesday.
This coming Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, this. Well, I don't know when you'll
Today's
actually
the 8th.
be listening or hearing.
Today's the 8th, so on the 11th the game comes out.
Yeah, March 11th.
You say there was no crazy bugs. Yeah, there was. It was called getting into a game.
Oh yeah.
You would log in and then all of a sudden you're out. And then you're in and then you're out.
That's not a bug. That's them testing the server. That's really what that weekend was about. I think was stress testing the servers.
Oh, that's when they opened it up for everybody.
Yeah,
that weekend. Jeez,
it was stress testing the servers because Titanfall is being played on the new Microsoft servers, the new Xbox One, whatever.
Yeah, the Xbox One exclusive servers, right? Yeah.
I think that's what the PC one. Like, I haven't found any definitive answer on that, but I think the PC one is too, which is really good for people who like play Battlefield because it's made by EA and it's published by EA.
Yeah.
Not made by EA, but published by EA, and like Battlefield was so atrocious when it first launched, when it comes to servers and stuff. So, the EA servers don't have the best rep. So, the fact that they're on the Microsoft server definitely helps out.
No, absolutely, I agree.
But
that beta, the game was great. The free running up the walls, the jumping off, the way it takes a little creativity to figure out how to get to certain places. But once you figure that out and how the jumping works and how everything works, man, you can get anywhere.
And because there's bots, I actually get kills.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Stevie B's not good at first person shooters, but when he's in that Titan, he's wrecking shop, man. Until he gets blown up.
I get blown up pretty quick.
Yeah, but it's fun. The Titan. Only thing I didn't like was the Titans couldn't jump, which it makes sense. They could dash, but they couldn't really jump. And then you can only dash like a couple times, and then I had to recharge or whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand why they couldn't jump just a little bit. But then I'm assuming that they did it like that so that you couldn't, like the guys could get on the rooftops and check the Titans out, and the Titans couldn't jump up there and try to run on the rooftops because they should crush the building if they did. Right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
So, and I tried to call my Titan in on the rooftop.
Yeah, don't let you.
And it throws it on the ground just on the other side of the building. And I was like, God, you suck.
It's like, nice try. I do like, too, that when you're on the ground fighting a Titan, you don't feel like the Titan was the end-all, be-all.
No.
Like, you definitely felt like you could take out that Titan.
Oh, yeah. Dude, there was a couple of matches. Like, Steve, Showtime made fun of me because I had a lot of grunt kills in a couple of matches we played. But what I did is instead of running straight up the middle of the map, I ran around the edge and came up behind everybody. Well, when you do that, you run into all the grunts that are spawned behind the actual players. So I took out all the grunts I could, and by the time I got caught up, one of the Titans dropped down right in front of me. Before the guy could even get in the Titan...
Don't bang the mic. Stop being a dick.
But before the guy could get in the Titan, I was already wrecking his Titan. It was great. Like, I saw it hit the ground, I was like, Titan weapon, sucker! I was tearing it up. Wow. I think he got in, he killed me, and then I respawned, and I ran right back over there, and I got on the rooftop right next to him, and he was smoking like crazy, and I took him out. So, it was cool. Nails. I know, hard as nails. Gotcha, sucker. That just happened.
Oh, wait, I messed with it, sorry. Alright, so that's really it for...
No.
You got something else?
We skipped something.
The
Captain America Winter Soldier.
Oh, we did skip that.
4-minute preview trailer. It was actually more like a 2-minute preview and a 2-minute trailer. But I honestly think that after the preview... Did you watch it? You did watch it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. After the preview, made me even that much more excited for the movie. And then after the trailer... The stuff that I think that was the best trailer they've done yet, in my opinion.
Well,
the little clips they showed afterwards, I think that's the best one they've done. So.
I was about to say it was They show you the movie. First, it's like the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah, I figured that. But I'm not talking about the preview. I'm talking about the trailer or whatever that they showed right after it that it kind of rolled right into.
Right.
I think that is the best trailer. That part of that was the best trailer that they've showed for the movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, I think it was just one of my favorite parts, and I showed it to Zach today, and when it happened, Zach was like, ooh. But when Captain America jumps out of the building, and remember I told you he did the Iron Man land with the shield? Ding! Zach was sitting, my son, my youngest son, he's 8 years old, he was sitting right there, and when he did that, he was like, ooh, that was cool, Dad. Like I know, that was awesome. So. But.
Speaking of games, though, you were telling me when we first got here, I guess we talk about this a little bit. You're playing Project Spark, right?
Oh, yeah. Showtime. He signed up for the beta. I signed up for it. I didn't realize. I downloaded the demo or the beta on the Xbox One after he gave me the code. Just by doing that signed me up for the beta. And they're emailing me my own codes, but I won't get them for 16 days.
Ugh.
That's what it says. It says you will get them.
Well, I think that's what his said.
In 16. Well, it said within 16 days, so
yeah.
I'm just waiting for that email.
I think you got it right away.
I haven't got it, so
okay.
But I don't. Anyway, but I got the code, and I might not get it.
Excuse me.
I might not get the code because he gave me one and I used it already, so I might not get an email. But that's fine. But it was kind of. I will say it was kind of a hassle. I downloaded the beta, then I had to go to the Project Spark website and type in the beta code there. Well, I had to sign into my Microsoft profile, then type in the beta code on the Project Spark website,
Damn.
And then that activated me to play the beta. So that was kind of a pain in the butt. But 5 minutes.
That's how it works most of the time, though, dude.
But 5 minutes, problem solved, done. When you first load it up, it gives you an option. You can go straight into the game and not know what you're doing, or you can go to the tutorial and learn. I chose to go to the tutorial and learn because I was like, if I'm going to play it, I want to know how to play it. Game is great. It's not very, I don't want to say it's very graphically savvy because it's really, I don't think that's the point they're going for. But it is very tedious with the code writing and everything. I had to write the code. Like once I put my character on the board, then I had to go to his brain and I had to write the code for him to move when I moved the left thumbstick. But I also had to write the code for him to stop moving when I let go of the left thumbstick. If I had not done that, if I just hit the left thumbstick, he would just take off running and wouldn't stop. I would have no control. But then once I did that, then I had to do the jump, how to make him jump. And then I had to write the code for how to only jump when I hit the button. And then how to only melee when I hit the button. And it was just like, what? Like, it was crazy. But once you get through all that, the character creation and getting your character to move like you want them to, then they get to the good stuff. And that's where you're actually creating the world. And when you're creating the world, you literally take the little sphere and you can intensify it or reduce it however, but you put it in the spot you want, you hold down a button, and you make this shit grow. That's the easiest way I know to do it. And basically what they teach you how to do is build a mountain first, and I built a mountain straight up.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. The first thing we're going to do is build a bunch of dicks everywhere.
Oh, dude.
Dick.
They got a tree that looks very similar to one, and you can, when you put the tree down, you can make it really big or make it really small.
So it's going to be
like for 30 seconds I was going but it's crazy because nothing has color until you give it color.
Oh, that's cool.
So like it's a grid. The ground is a grid, everything's a grid. And when I built this mountain, it was build a mountain out of this like grid. And then I go in and it says, all right, go to paint, and you choose your paint and your palette and give it foliage and make grass, and I could change the color, and it was crazy. So like what you could do is you could take one type of grass or whatever, cover everything. But you got to move all the way around everything and cover it. And then you go back and you could say, all right, put this here, and then you throw that in there somewhere, and then you can go back to the first one you laid down, and you can change it to something else without having to go over it all again. You just select it, and then say, all right, I want it to be snow-covered now. Boop, hit a button after you select it, it changes all that green to snow covered, and then the path you made won't be snow covered. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
So
I feel like you can make your own Fable. I feel like
that's kind of how it felt. Like the guy I picked was like a woodland knight,
yeah,
or something. So he was kind of Fable-ish, and it was real tedious. It seemed very, very challenging if you've never written a code before. Like me, I've never done anything like that. I'm not like the greatest at computers. I call this guy for a lot of my stuff. I know the very, very small basics. So I could see where it's fun, but I don't see where this game is going to end. Now, I will say my kids will probably get it and be able to pick it up and run with it. Me, on the other hand, like my sons were watching me and they just wanted me to, forget this, Dad, go to the game. Don't do the tutorial, just go to the game and that's how you learn. Like, no. Like, I want to learn how to build it. Like, I want to know what I'm doing. So.
Well, scuba games like that, it's going to be a lot of share. So you're going to be able to play what other people make. So even if you can't make anything good, that's not, dicks.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't that I couldn't make anything good. It's just I got to learn.
Right.
And it was cool. Like, I enjoyed it. It was just, I played it for like an hour. And I feel like all I did was build a mountain and give it foliage and put some trees on it. Coins. I had to put coins on my path.
I want to
play. It was crazy.
But...
It's pretty cool. It's very in depth. You don't need to do it when you're tired because it's a lot of reading and a lot of like. All right.
So
what did that say?
Don't do that when we're done with this.
No. You will be like. Okay, because a couple of times it told me to do something and I did what it said.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't let me go past it because apparently I didn't do it right, and I was just like, all right, I'm about to kill the TV. But it was fun. I actually enjoyed it. It's just I want to get to where there's actually something to do in the game.
So it would be Sir Longshaft, the Knights of the Cock Table.
Wow.
And the land would be called
Famunda my balls.
Famunda Rule.
Famunda Rule.
So like Hyrule, but Famunda Rule.
Nice.
All
right.
I could keep going.
That's enough. That's enough.
Oh,
Getting
man.
a little carried away there, buddy.
Hey, man, not like little dick jokes.
Little dick jokes?
No, a little amount of dick jokes.
I know what you mean. Jeez, you...
This is what our show is. It's just like we're yawning. Hopefully this will end up being like the most boring show we've ever done. They're yawning.
Oh my god. Sorry, people.
It's your fault. Okay. Alright. We've been going for about, 40 minutes? Right?
That's not bad for a little bit of info and just two of us. Not a whole lot.
It's true. It's only two of us.
How the show should have been.
Stop! Will you stop with that?
Just kidding. They know I'm kidding.
I know.
They better know I'm kidding.
Alright. Well, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick.
What?
I'm going to Johnny spot you real quick.
Crap.
Because last episode you made a comment. You were like, well, we've been doing this for over a year, and we don't... You want me to really do it?
I sound like that?
Well, we've been doing this for over a year.
Wow, do I really sound like
and we don't have any...
Oh my god, I'm going home. Screw you guys. I'm going
You're
home.
definitely the resident, like...
Don't say it. I'm not the resident redneck.
I wasn't going to say redneck. I was going to say hick. No, I was going to say countryman. I'm just kidding. Come back. Well, you made a comment about the bios and that nobody knows you.
Well, I made a comment about the bios that we said we were going to do a year ago, and none of us have done.
Well,
so you're going to put me on the spot because
I'm definitely going to put you on the spot
because I brought the bios up.
Well, everybody knows a lot about me. I do the Married to Nerd thing with Heather. If you watch that, you know about me. I mean, you know a lot about Trex if you go to his channel, and clearly, So you stop.
I can't help it. If you didn't want me to laugh, you shouldn't have showed me.
We just watched, and Trex listens to this. He's gonna be be so mad. I tell you what, Trex, leave him. Let you put a link to it. Trex on the show. He's doing some gameplay videos of the EverQuest Next, which is like EverQuest mixed with Minecraft. I don't know much about it, clearly, but he did like a
lifestyles
of the rich and famous thing with the videos.
Oh, wow.
And it's hysterical.
It's hilarious.
Just because we know him, and it just... So you should go watch it. It's a good laugh. I mean, he's trying to be funny, right? Like, it's clearly satire.
He's definitely trying.
Stop it. I was amused. I was amused enough to show you.
Well,
so.
Oh, dude. And I was amused enough to laugh about it.
So anyway, so you know him from the channel, and Steven does Showtime does a lot of stuff with me. And we just don't know much about you.
Okay.
We don't know about you. We know you're married. That's about as far as we got. Well, I mean, I guess we did Married to Another one time. We talked about your son, so we know you have a son.
Well, I've talked about all my kids, I believe.
Yeah,
Brandy's been on the show once.
Yeah.
With the GTA show.
That's right.
So, everybody's seen my wife. Everybody's met my wife, Brandy, or so to speak, met my wife, Brandy. Seen her on the show. I mean, I don't. What do you want to know?
Well, you're old. We know that you're like the oldest member.
Fuck you.
You're a firefighter. That's commendable. I just do IT work. You save lives.
Oh, whatever, dude. Okay, I work in. I do work for the fire department. I don't know if I should like blast where I work at.
No. Just you work. She works for the city.
I work for the city that we live in. I do work in one of the rougher areas of our city right now. Probably one of the most violent areas. In the past few shifts, I want to say in the past 2 weeks, we've ran 3 stabbings. So it's like, and that's just on my shift. That's not counting what the other 2 shifts have done. Stuff like that. That's just because I've gone on.
I always get this way. I go with him sometimes to the firehouse to go pick stuff up, or I go see him there. I always get like, man, I want to join in the male bonding around the firehouse, the camaraderie. I want to get in on this. I'm like, man, what a sweet bunk.
Yeah, he came by the station. I had to go pick my stuff up the other day, and he was with me. And we went by the station, and he's like, "So this is where you sleep?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's
awesome.
like, "You share it with somebody else?" I'm like, "Well, not on the same night, but yeah, like another shift guy sleeps here." This is your locker? He saw me open my locker. I'm like, yeah, I got a key to it. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
You got your
right
own
now.
locker. You got your own bed. Even though it wasn't really a room, it was like a bed with a wall and some cupboards and a curtain that you close.
I can jerk it if I want to.
Oh, do you guys? Yeah, let's talk about that.
I've never done it at work. But
have you heard the other guys jerking it?
I've never heard it, but I know that it happens. Like, it's not a doubt that it doesn't happen. I mean, you can get porn on your phone now.
I don't know, man.
iPad and stuff.
I'd be freaking out, man. You should put like a cup with a system where it's like, dude, if there's like a red flag hanging from my curtain,
let me blast the fire department to everybody that I'm jerking it, because the next thing that's going to happen is somebody's going to bust in to see me jerking it with a pail of water or a video camera or something, and I still have 15 years to work there.
Oh,
you see where I'm going with this? No, we don't need a system to say, "Hey, I'm jerking it."
I would definitely bust it.
I know you. What are you doing? It's like, anyway. But yeah, I'm a firefighter.
Did I ever tell you the story? I have a friend, Dante. He's been on a couple of things. If you've ever seen him. Yeah, did I ever tell you the story? We were in Myrtle Beach, which is a local beach around here, and we were staying in a hotel together. And we were a cheap hotel, and there was 2 bathrooms in it. And his bathroom, the door, someone had like swapped the lock, I guess. So the lock was on the outside, so you could not lock the bathroom. Okay, so he goes to take a shower. And it was one of those moments where I'm laying in the bed, I hear the shower, and our friend Chris was with us, and he was laying in the bed next to me. I could hear the shower running. That was a week. I was drunk the entire time. It was like right out of high school, so you go crazy when you're doing stuff like that. I almost drowned in the pool. That's another story. But I hear the shower running, and when you're like dozing, but then you realize something kicks in your brain. You're like, oh crap! And so you jump out. You're instantly like wide awake. Like I had that moment, and I jumped up. And so Chris is still laying in the bed, and he is the same way, and he didn't even acknowledge me jumping up. And all I had to say was, dude, get the camera. And he was the exact same way. So he instantly is like, boom, out of bed, grabs a video camera. And so, okay, so I get the camera, and I'm walking, right? And and I'm, commentating the video, and I'm like, yeah, like, we're gonna see you naked, we're gonna see Dante in the shower, and so I get there, and I open the door up, and I throw the door open. Shower's still running, like you think he's in the shower. I throw the door open, and he's fully dressed, tying his boot on the toilet, like he had his foot up. And he looked at me and he goes, "Nice try, bitch." And then he reaches in and turns the water off. Like he left the water running, knowing I was coming.
That is awesome. He had no intentions of ever taking a shower.
No, like
he just went in there to get dressed.
Yeah, he knew that I would bust him. Like
that's awesome.
Because the lock was switched. Like he's like, if I want to take a shower, I would swap the locks. Are you serious? It's you. It's like incredible. You got me. I did almost drown that weekend too. I got so drunk and jumped in the pool. It was bad. It was so, like, I was underwater, and I thought when I was down there, you have like drunk thoughts. Like I had a drunk thought, like, man, I'm not coming back up. I'm gonna die. Yeah, so I eventually got back up, but it was a fun weekend. But I wanted to share that thought. I don't know what brought me to think of that.
Because of the practical jokes that we would do at the fire department.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
We've done some crazy.
So, but see, that's a great environment for someone like Stevie B. I feel like the practical joke environment. See, my problem is this: is that I love to commit practical jokes. I hate having practical jokes committed on me.
You couldn't work at a fire department.
Like I just
simple as that. Like if you can't take it, if you can dish it and can't take it, then you're in the wrong profession when you're around us. Because you better be able to stand your own if you need be. And I've been at some stations with some guys that are considered the #1 practical jokers in the Columbia Fire Department. Oop, my bad. Anyway, in the fire department that I've stood toe to toe with. Like they did something to me, and I got them back the next time. Like it's simple as that. It's just how it works. And you can't, if you don't get them back, then they just keep doing stuff until you do something back. But you gotta make. Really?
What?
Oh, that was a chair?
That was the ice maker behind.
She farted. I was like, dude, that was loud.
No, that was not a fart.
No, one of the biggest ones that we've done is like when we go on calls, we kick our boots off. I have zippers on my boots. I don't have laces. I refuse to have laces. So I got zippers on my boots, so they can't do this. But we've had guys take your boots, untie them, tie them together, and you throw them up in the bay over the rafters so that they can't get their boots down.
So what happens when there's an emergency? Someone's dying.
You wear your bunker boots. This is not your life safety boots we're talking we do this with.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was at one station one night, and
okay.
I took their shoes. They all went on a call, so I took all their shoes and just put them in random spots all over the place. And then I left. Because I came in to pick something up, and I saw them all. We were talking, and they were cutting up, and they all jumped in the truck and hauled butt, and it wasn't my shift. And I just looked around, and I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep.
And it's on. And they knew I did it, so there's no hiding that I did it. But they were random places all over the place. It was great.
I learned of a practical joke that I did at the office from Showtime. He told me about it. It's called caging. You heard about this? There's a...
Is this where you, like, dress somebody's cubicle up like all crazy? Or
no. Caging is... You know how there's, like, the crazy pictures of Nicolas Cage on the internet?
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about now.
So, like, you print out a bunch of pictures of Nicolas Cage, and you hide them in people's cube, like, behind books or under keyboards. And there was one weekend where I was working alone, and I just went crazy, and I just put Nick Cage pictures everywhere. It was great.
How many people did you get?
Everybody I sit with upstairs. Like, every cube, I put something somewhere. I just couldn't get into my boss's because his office was locked. But
well, then that's when you just slide it under his door, and when he opens his door, it's right there.
Okay, just like...
Because the most common one is this one.
Yeah, that one. That was the one.
That's awesome. So what else? What else y'all want to know about me? I mean, you put me on the spot, but you got no questions on me.
I know so much about you already, but what do we want the people to know about you. The people that are still listening.
Everybody already knows I'm a Batman fan.
Right.
So that's a no-brainer. We talk about Batman. I'm the one who's most outspoken about it.
Like your
favorite video game, Assassin's Creed, the entire series from 1 to current.
Even 3, he likes.
Even 3, even though it was.
That was hard for me to get to, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like 1, it was real monotonous. 2, to me, in my opinion, and we talked about this before, and I've only played a little bit of 4, and as good as Assassin's Creed 4 is, 2 is still my all-time favorite.
Well, it's like you went from Assassin's Creed 3, which is it's honestly almost an all-time low for the series.
Yeah,
I feel like, and then you jump to Assassin's Creed 4, which is like an all-time high for the series. So I'm playing Assassin's Creed 4, like, what the? But I mean, is it a good Assassin's Creed game or is it a good Pirates game? Is it just the first good pirate game ever? That's like the first like really really good pirate game. Like, there's been pirate games clearly, but the first. Like, this is great. And I thought about it. I was like, would this work as just a pirate game? But it's the Assassin's Creed elements mixed in. Like, the ship stuff good, but it's like going from ship to land and, like, doing the assassin stuff and then going back on the ship and doing the ship stuff. Like, the mix, like, nothing's ever the same. It's, I don't know.
Like, your original question was, is it a great pirate game or is it a great Assassin's game? Well, the easiest way to figure that out. Obviously, the pirate gameplay is incredible, correct? The boat, the stuff you can do, whatnot, is great, right?
Well,
the story for the assassin side of the game good? Is it good enough to say, all right, the story of the game, the assassin side is good enough, but the pirate side is good enough to be the best pirate game ever made?
Well, it's good to the point, and I don't want to ruin it, but like the assassins and Templars are there. And you clearly are a descendant of Desmond. Like, you clearly have, like, the touch, if you will. But, like, there's a lot of game that goes by before that's addressed. And when you're just pirating, and you're still, like, attacking and assassinating as you would in any Assassin's Creed game. You're still upgrading your weapons as you would in an Assassin's Creed game. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think a lot of that has to do with the way the game started, and you stole it, and I mean,
yeah.
He's a pirate, so he's willing to kill anyway.
Right.
But now he's got these cool weapons, and now he's got new ways to kill. So I think that's what he did.
So it's good, and I know eventually you definitely get that far where the assassins are a big part of the story. I mean, and again, I don't want to ruin it, but I just did a part with the assassins, but I'm still not an assassin, and it almost upset me. But I can sort of see where the story's going, but I almost feel like it's not going to be till like halfway through the game before you actually like join them in.
Well, you obviously played Assassin's Creed 2, right?
Well, I guess it is a long time in Assassin's Creed 2 as well.
You weren't an assassin until the end of the game.
That's true, I guess, right?
Think about it. You
Yeah.
were an assassin. You were in training in Assassin's Creed 2 the entire game.
True.
It wasn't until everybody that you met in that game revealed themselves as assassins, and you got the burn. I'm sorry, that's what you said. And you got the burn instead of getting your finger cut off like you used to. They branded your finger.
You know what plot hole bugged me a lot about the whole burn thing? Is that one of the big plot elements of Assassin's Creed 2, right? Was, we don't have to cut our finger anymore. Da Vinci. Yeah, he's developed this.
He developed, so you didn't have to do it.
But the end of Assassin's Creed 1, you find out that chick, Desmond finds out that chick is like an assassin.
And she's missing her finger.
Because she's missing her pinky.
Not her pinky, her ring finger.
Or, excuse me, her ring finger. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. If we got... And then wouldn't that be a clear-cut sign to any Templars walking around?
You would think.
So I feel like it's almost one of those plot elements that just got completely ignored.
Like, how did we miss that and
Yeah.
not fix it? Yeah.
Like, it's sort of like in Heroes where when Peter left his girlfriend in the parallel Earth and they never addressed it. Or in Lost, where there was an end of an episode of Lost where they pull out and, like, the island is in, like, a snow globe or something and they never, ever address it. Like, it's like we were going to go somewhere with this, but then we changed it. And
we decided it was not going to work.
But, and then... that whole thing bugs me too. The spoilers, you never played Assassin's Creed games, but we're not talking about any recent ones. But when you kill her because like she forced, like the entity forces you to kill her because she was really a Templar, that to me makes no sense either. But like they never address that much. Like they just say, "Oh, I guess she was a Templar." That's crazy that she was a Templar.
They kind of talk about it in you kill her in which one, Brother?
It's at the end of Brotherhood, I think.
Yeah, at the
and
end.
They
of
talk
Brother,
about
yeah,
it.
You kill her at the end of Brotherhood, and they kind of semi-address it when you're doing the when you're Desmond trapped with Subject 16.
Yeah.
You hear him talking. You hear his father and not Lucy.
The guy.
The other chick and the guy. Can't think of all their names right now.
Yeah.
You hear them talking. And they're talking about Lucy and whatnot, and that's kind of how they address it. But other than that, they don't address it. Like, it's never addressed. So I see where you get what you're...
And even in 3, it was like, well, I guess she was a Templar. Oh, shit. Like,
moving on.
It's like, what?
Which is crazy, because I think Desmond was kind of in love with her. Like,
yes.
They didn't really say it, but you kind of got the vibe. Like, it was not...
But it didn't really go anywhere. Like, the Templars weren't, oh, damn, our inside woman is dead. You know, like...
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, so I feel like there's going to be even more that comes out with that, maybe. I don't know, because with what's happening, what happened with the people side, like our current time side in Assassin's Creed 4 is crazy.
Yeah, I haven't played much of it. I'm way behind. I've had too much going on for me to play it.
I've had too much going on.
But,
Alright, so now we know your favorite comic, your favorite game.
Oh, and it's Scott Snyder Batman too, by the way, if anybody was asking. Wondering like which Batman am I a true fan? It's Scott Snyder's Batman.
Favorite movie?
It's I'm kinda torn. I got a lot of favorites.
Top 3.
Alright. Top number 1, Michael Keaton, first Batman.
Okay.
That's got to be my number 1 movie, like hands down. I know it's cliche, but I would definitely say that. Number 2, probably be the first Matrix. I was a huge Matrix fan. I'm sorry, hey dude, I'm sorry. And did you hear that?
Yes.
They're talking about doing another
trilogy. What's not even worth mentioning.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Wow, I'm in the Matrix.
And
wow.
Number 3, man. Honestly, I can't think of one right now. I can't really think of one. Like,
all right. Well, there you go.
So, but yeah, but I mean, obviously, the Batman is number 1. So,
I mean, the Wars doesn't follow anywhere.
The what?
The Wars, the Star Wars.
Oh, I mean, that's different. That's like my favorite saga. Like, if you want to do that, all right. Let's say series of movies. Number 1, Star Wars. There's none above it.
Okay.
Period. Okay.
Star Trek. JK.
You better be. And then my second favorite series, and you're fucking gonna drop your head for it, but it's The Matrix. Like I liked them, and a lot of people hate them, but I loved them.
I don't hate them.
All of them were good.
I don't like Reloaded. Got a little cray, and then was it Revolution?
Yeah.
Was like WTF? Just what did I just watch?
Well, Revolution was more about the human side of it.
Okay.
Reloaded was more about him. Now he knows what he can do. He is God, basically. Think about it. That's how the whole series is set up. The first one is figuring out that he's actually the one. The second one is now I'm the one and I know what I can do. I can kick everybody's ass with no questions asked. I can fly. Wow. I can fly. I can pull bullets out of my girlfriend. I can do all kinds of shit because I'm God. That's basically what he was. And then Revolution was more of the actual Earth side, the human side, showing more of that and less of the actual Matrix side. You know what I'm saying? That's how that's all broken up. And if you really want to get technical, y'all do realize that the entire Matrix trilogy has a very giant biblical tone to it, right?
I mean, the ship's called the Nebuchadnezzar.
I'm just.
Of course it does.
I'm just saying, like the whole thing. He's the one.
Zion.
Zion. He's the one. He's the chosen one. Jesus. I'm just saying it's.
Man of Steel, also Jesus.
Yeah, we talked about it too. It's a trilogy.
What's that got to do with the Bible?
The Trinity. The girl's name was Trinity. Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The trilogy. Okay. The Trinity. It's just little things like that. Is how they put the biblical spin, and that's what you do is you realize like, wow, they took just a big giant biblical story and just turned it into a computer story. Pretty much the same concept.
Awesome.
We got a creator and and demon, so to speak, is an Agent Smith. Blah blah blah, so on and so forth. But anyway, so.
All right, well, that's enough about you.
Yeah, I'm boring. I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
But no, got a wife, married, live over that way from Stevie B. Yeah, I know you have no idea where that is, but really that direction, across the parking lot. Got 5 kids. 3 of them are mine. 2 are adopted from my wife. My wife had 2 kids when we got together. Andrew, Taylor, Haley, Aiden, Zach. That's their names.
You'll forget it as soon as it's over.
Yeah, I'm 34.
Oh, he's old, man.
I'm making a profile right now. I'm 34, and I like long walks on the beach. No, I'm just kidding. I hate walking on the beach. To be honest with you, I like doing it with my wife because it's kind of romantic and she loves it, so it makes her happy. I'll do it. But no, I mean Star Wars fan. I like a little bit of everything.
I look a little bit like Cotton Hill.
Wow, fuck you. Fuck you.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm
Stevie B, and I look a lot like the Blob from X-Men Origins Wolverine. What? I mean, you call me Cotton Hill, dude. A stupid hillbilly redneck. I can call you the Blob. Smell that.
It's over. It's over. We're done. We're done here.
Anyway.
All right.
I'm only
sorry about the sound quality of the show.
I think it'll be fine.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
We want to do something, man. We try to get something out to you. Something's better than nothing, right? So
that's what we're saying, man.
We're the dedicated ones. Really, Stevie B is the most dedicated. But I love you.
It's true, though. I mean, I think I said it on the show before. Brainchild of this show, of this whole operation.
Stop it! Just
this guy.
Oh,
this guy right
stop
here.
it! Stop it!
I can tell you, I was at work. I was at the firehouse. I was chilling, not doing nothing. I get a phone call. Hey, man, I got this idea. All right, what is it? I'm thinking about maybe doing like this podcast where we review movies, talk about comic books, talk about stuff getting ready to happen. And the first thing I want to do is review the Dark Knight Rises.
Oh God,
that was our
I don't
very
think
first
we're
show.
ever going to put that out.
And
it's so bad.
He said, "I want to review the Dark Knight Rises," and I was like, "Dude, that's awesome! Like, I'm in." And I was at work. The only day that anybody else was available, I was at work. So I Skyped in, and it was horrible.
It was so. I don't think we're ever going to put it out.
Yeah, so y'all probably never hear it. We have it, but we might, if we ever make like a DVD because we get huge, we might try to throw it on there or something. But but that's how it all started. Like literally, it started with a phone call, and he's like, "I just thought about it. Like I think it'd be fun, something to do, something for us to get together and do." And and the biggest point that he brought up was, we do it already anyway.
Might as well.
Why not record it and let other people listen to what bullshit we spit and talk about? So.
And now we're going to movie premieres, sort of.
Yeah, we're kind of doing movie premieres. We're going to Heroes Con every year. We're starting slowly, but we gotta start somewhere.
It's all right. All right, we're done here. We passed an hour. There's an hour for you.
Sweet, we did an hour?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
There's an hour for your ears. We love you. Thank you for listening, or watching, or both.
Thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Def Comedy Jam from HBO a long time ago. Russell Simmons used to say that.
Oh, right.
Wow, you don't remember?
I'd never watched it.
Oh, I was about to say.
You're old. On that note, Stevie B and Preach, Night of the Apocalypse, out.